China's perfected the art of the steal. We have a higher deficit with China now than we did before. We have the highest trade deficit with Mexico.
And China ate your lunch, Joe. And no wonder your son goes in and he takes out billions of dollars. Takes out billions of dollars to manage. He makes millions of dollars. And also, while we're at it, why is it, just out of curiosity, the mayor of Moscow's wife gave your son $3.5 million. What did he do to deserve it? What did he do with Marissa?
All right. So, like I just said, now let's go. Look. So this is the New York Post, right? Hunter Biden received $3.5 million wire transfer from Russian billionaire. Okay. So Hunter Biden, let me highlight this shit. Received $3.5 million wire transfer from Elena Baturina, the richest woman in Russia, and the widow of Yuri, mispronounce his name, the former mayor of Moscow. Now, as I said earlier, Moscow, for those of you who aren't familiar with geography, is the capital of Russia. All right. So when people are saying he's interrupted him, like I would do the same. Like, hold on. So you're trying to say I'm in bed with Russia, but your fucking son literally received $3.5 million.
I would have cut him off too.
Yeah, like hold on, bro. You know, you tripping. And then the China shit. So let me even go back to there's more China shit, right? Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. Let me man, there's so much shit. Let's see.
Do you feel obligated to defend them because they're Caucasian?
Defend who?
Biden and Trump.
No. Why would I feel obligated?
Right. So the way that you look at it, and I just said that to say because a lot of people are telling me because I don't support Joe Biden, I'm going against black people.
All right, look. So this
and my whole thing is, that's not based on what politicians do.
This from the Washington Times, right? Right in the Dragon. Documentary probes Hunter Biden's dealing in China. Let's read. Hunter Biden, the son of presidential nominee Joseph Biden, worked for a Shanghai investment firm, all right? So he's been linked in deals that bolstered the Chinese military, all right? The younger Mr. Biden, a lawyer, investment banker, until recently was a director at Bohai Harvest, known as BHR, formed with $1 billion in Chinese government funding shortly after then Vice President Biden visited China in December 2013. All right. So this is when Biden was still the vice president under Barack Obama. All right. So again, he's had dealings in China, $1 billion dealings in China, and you have the audacity to say anything about me dealing with China. Like,
hey Henry, can you find that clip of Biden at the CFR literally bragging about his fucking quid pro quo?
I remember going over convincing our team, or others too, convincing us that we should be providing for loan guarantees. And I went over for, I guess, the 12th, 13th time to Kyiv, and I was supposed to announce that there was another $1 billion loan guarantee. And I had gotten a commitment from Poroshenko and from Yatsenyuk that they would take action against the state prosecutor, and they didn't. So they said they were walking out to press conference. I said, no, I said, we're not going to give you the $1 billion. They said, you have no authority. You're not the president. The president said. I said, call him. I said, I'm telling you, you're not getting the $1 billion. I said, you're not getting the $1 billion. I'm going to be leaving here. And I think it was, 6 hours? I looked, I said, I'm leaving in 6 hours. If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Well, son of a bitch. Got fired. And they put in place someone who was solid.
Possibly, but let me just show you the shit that he talks about. All right, look, Hunter Biden. This is New York Post. All right, mainstream news article. Ukraine busts $6 million bribe scheme for gas company that hired Hunter Biden. Bro, like this dude has a history of being in some shit, and when it comes to Ukraine, Russia, and China, but you have the audacity to come at me about the shit. I feel why Trump would interrupt. That's why, brother, like I feel like why I understand why he would jump in. Like, hold on, bro, you lying on me. I gotta clear my name. Like
hey, but I like the spin that Biden did, where he didn't even allow Trump to pounce on this whole like shit that he got his ongoings with Russia. He automatically flipped it to, yeah, my son was addicted to drugs. He kicked that habit. He's doing better. Like that was
Yeah.
a good spin he did on him.
This is what I didn't
He
like though.
played into empathy real good there.
No, this is what I
Like, it
didn't
was a
like
real
though.
good spin.
I didn't like about that. And I'll show the clip. He instantly switched it up and brought up his son, Bo Biden, you know, and I didn't fuck with that. Like, bro, he was talking about your son, Hunter. He even says, I'm actually going to pull this up. Hold on. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah.
There's an interview while Henry looks for that. There's an interview with Donald Trump Jr. where he's saying if he did half of the things that Bo Biden or not Bo, yeah, the Hunter Biden has done, he would be in fucking jail right now. But Hunter Biden gets nothing but praises, even though this motherfucker's taking money from China, meeting with Russian officials, literally everything they accuse Trump of, these niggas are guilty of doing, and there's evidence. But for some reason, when Trump does it, we should all look into it. I look into it. I be like, yeah, let's see if this nigga gets him.
All right.
Fuck him.
Let's go a little further. Let's go a little further on this on the debate because there's some more interesting bars in here. So he's saying none of that's true.
None of that is true.
Oh, really? He didn't get 3.5 million? All right. So I got to go back into this shit because the shit is just, to me, it's just some wild shit, bro. Like, look, another thing. No, this is not it right here. Let's look up. Like, man, like, bro, like. All right. So this thing.
That meme with the cornrows is wild.
Here's another one. Look, these are mainstream USA Today.
Hey, what did you say, Ed?
Biden's
that
son.
Meme he just scrolled past with the cornrows is wild.
Bro, that shit is so fucking funny to me.
I showed it earlier, but just for you to see it, it's like him saying, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. We're describing like, I understand Trump's a racist. I understand that. I believe he's stupid. I just want to know like how Biden is in one. Like, if you're the reason why you're going to talk shit to Trump is why him being a racist, I believe it. He's a racist. But why are you guys giving Joe Biden a pass on that shit? And I do not fuck with that shit because this nigga has said, you know, this man, you know, grown-ass man has said that, you know, look at this one right here, bro. I don't want my children to grow up in a jungle, a racial jungle. So it literally aggravates me that people will overlook him being a racist. Because it's like, keep that same energy, Joe. Joe,
I agree with you, ugly man.
You haven't fucked with us for 50 plus years, bro. Don't, like, why are you giving a pass now? Keep that same energy, bro. Don't tell me.
Don't start dick riding now that you need a nigga vote for real.
Yeah, you need to vote. You need my vote now, so you're going to say what I want to hear. I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with that shit, bro. Like, look, you didn't want your kids to go to school. You didn't want your kids to go to school in 1977 with my
in a racial jungle.
With my parents, because in the 70s, my parents were in school. So you didn't want your kids to go to school with my parents. So
in a racial jungle.
So do you think that he wants his grandkids to go to school with my son or me? Hell no. You know, so I'm not going for that. Like that shit was in the past. He's not a racist anymore. Shit, you know. So I believe Trump's a racist, but you know, I believe he is as well.
I just want to know what makes niggas think that Joe Biden is not a racist.
I said, so he received $3.5 million from Russia. That shows that he had dealings in China. His son had dealings in China. He got caught for this $6 million bribe scheme in Ukraine. And so it's like, how is Trump, you know, the one who's colluding with Russia, but your son has all these dealings with China and Russia? Like, it's just, you're a logical human being, put two and two together. It's just like, bro, like, what are you talking about here? What are you talking about here? I don't, you know.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it smells bad on that side.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, to me it's just like I think we should speak more on just the general status or just like the state of our nation, and where you having an opposing side or an opposing view to whatever mainstream media is saying and how down upon it's looked. You know, like, it's crazy that, like, even this clip right here, a lot of us might get painted as Trumpers, as, you know what I'm saying? Like, and which is like, and that's
and I let off earlier saying there was a couple things. So you weren't here. When I said that if I'm just looking at the facts, I feel like Trump won based off facts, but also there was certain shit I didn't fuck with Trump on. Like, I didn't like the fact that he didn't come out and just say systematic racism was a thing, you know.
Yeah, or
That was
denounce.
a part in that, and they
Yeah.
gave him an opportunity to be like, you know, is it a thing? And he wouldn't come out and just announce it, like, bro, like, you know.
I did read today that he came out and denounced, you know,
No.
white supremacy.
No,
So let me say this, and I want to say it because neither of you are Trumpers, like I'm not either. But what I will say is, at least 3, if not 4 different times, he's completely, blatantly, and unabashedly, without any confusion about what he's saying, disavowed white supremacy and all types of white supremacy groups.
He did.
Or
And
I've seen it.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen it too. So I don't like that in a public forum or in a public debate, he wouldn't just come out and
That's
say
why he tweaked. You dumbass nigga, you've done it so many times, and that's why I think Andrew Schultz's point was correct.
it was.
You weren't on the call for that yet, but Andrew Schultz had a point on Flagrant 2 where he was saying, like, there's a lot of us who are on the fence because we think the entire thing's a shit show, and Trump had an opportunity to disavow white supremacy in a presidential debate where, you know, more people are watching you than ever. But at the same time, this nigga Trump is also afraid of losing that racist white base that he believes that he has. So he that's why he won't just disavow it in the way he has before, because he's afraid to lose that racist white base. But a lot of people who are on the fence are going to be like, okay, well, nigga, if you're afraid to lose them, then you're not afraid to lose me.
Yeah, but so
I mean,
so let's say he didn't announce it publicly, which, you know, kind of pissed me off. But since I'm being fair, I want to show like something that, you know, that shows that okay. So we already said that Biden introduced the '94 crime bill, which put more black and browns in jail than any other bill or any other plan. We already said that in the late 1970s that, you know, that it's a racial jungle. He wanted his kids to go to school, you know, didn't want to go to integrated schools. And then last episode of Scarecrow's Witch, and, you know, I showed pictures of him having pictures with KKK, with the Grand Wizard of the KKK, Robert Byrd or whatever the fuck his name is, whatever the fuck that piece of shit racist his name is. But let me just screen share this real quick, just to show, like, blah 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 blah. Let's go to the fucking. Let me just make sure it's on this shit. So a lot of people don't know that he fucking came out with this fucking platinum plan shit. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
So he came on a plan last week that he's gonna put $500 billion into black communities, and something that no president has ever done, designate the KKK a fucking terrorist organization. Which should have I don't understand how so we called Black Panthers, all these
Henry
groups.
Hey Henry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we designate them terrorist groups.
Look, hey, check it out. We're gonna come back to, yes, he definitely did, in a part of his platinum plan, he definitely designated the Klan a white terrorist organization, which you have to ask yourself, even if he's just doing this for the black vote, why the fuck didn't Obama and Biden do it for the black vote? But I do want to say this, Henry. I just invited Dame, who, for the listeners, Dame has done a few of our previous podcasts. You can go back and check him out. Dame Hayes, for the people who know me, is an artist that I worked with. He's up and coming at one point. He's actually had some strides. We've done a lot of dope shit. We invited him to join the podcast because he is a hardcore liberal, and he may be joining the podcast at any point in time.
Someone's joining right now instead of SA.